Please remain standing for the singing of O Canada and also for the University of Calgary honor song. Good morning and welcome. It is my honor to declare this convocation officially convened. Please take your seats. My name is Deborah Yedlin, and I am Chancellor of the University of Calgary, and I just want to say, wow, it is so incredible to walk into this gym and to see so many students sitting in front of us all, and all the parents, partners, families, friends, everybody else who's helped all the students that are graduating today and supported them throughout their journey at the University of Calgary. It's been a while since we've been able to gather like this, and it's just so wonderful to see everybody here, standing room only, people upstairs there too. So thank you for being here, and thank you for coming to celebrate our graduates. Yesterday we had a rather rowdy crowd, and it felt at times that we were at a Dinos game. So just if you feel like it, there's a lot of energy in the room. Don't keep it inside. Cheer on your graduates and be part of the energy today. We're going to start, okay. So we might post, something on the Calgary website afterwards to say which convocation day was, or ceremony was the rowdiest. So just stay tuned. You never know. There's no flames playing tonight, so got to think about something else. So we're going to start with a quick safety briefing because, of course, our flying muscles are a little underutilized, and so are our how do we behave in a crowd muscles are underutilized as well. So in the event of a fire alarm, please remain seated as we investigate. If an evacuation is required, we ask you follow the instructions of the ushers and the marshals to the nearest stairwell and exit the building. The emergency exits are located on the upper track level behind me on the north wall, that way, or you can exit the gymnasium on the upper level at the southwest corner. Not sure what that direction that is, but it's that way, I'm sure. Before we begin, please take note of the following. The wearing of masks is optional, and we support your choice to wear one when you're in the building. In addition, we've decided to keep a new tradition that we began last November. When you cross the stage, instead of shaking hands with me, please lift your hat to touch your cap to acknowledge the platform party. This will not only save on hand sanitizer, but minimize the risk of infection, which all the doctors on the platform are quite happy with. Acknowledging our history and traditional lands is an important step towards reconciliation with Indigenous peoples. And today we are gathered together on the traditional territories of the people of the Treaty 7 region in southern Alberta, which includes the Blackfoot Confederacy, comprising the Siksika, Piikani, and Kainai First Nations, as well as the Tsuut'ina First Nation and the Stoney Nakoda, including the Chiniki, Bearspaw, and Wesley First Nations. The City of Calgary is also home to Métis Nation of Alberta, Region 3. I would also like to note that the University of Calgary is situated on land adjacent to where the Bow River meets the Elbow River, and that the traditional Blackfoot name of this place is Mohkinstsis, which we now call the City of Calgary. It's a pleasure to welcome today's graduates who sit before me and the platform party, along with your family and friends to this morning's convocation ceremony. University President and Vice Chancellor Ed McCauley and I are pleased to welcome honorary degree recipient Chantal Saint-Cyr-Hébert this morning to receive her honorary degree during this ceremony. And I'm also pleased to welcome Mark Herman, a member of the University of Calgary Board of Governors representing the chair this morning, members of our Board of Governors, members of University Senate, members of our University Senior Leadership Team, Dr. Terry Balzer, University of Calgary Provost and Vice President Academic, executive members of our Students' Union and Graduate Students Association. A warm welcome to past honorary degree recipient present today, David Workland, and also a welcome to our distinguished graduate, Bonnie DuPont, who is also a former honorary degree recipient. Special welcome to professors and staff from the School of Architecture, Planning and Landscape, the Workland School of Education and Graduate Studies. It's incredible to be here with all of you today for this important milestone. Graduates, today marks a milestone made all the more meaningful by your resilience as you navigated some very trying circumstances. It wasn't easy studying during a pandemic, and despite the best of intentions and efforts, there were many experiences that were missed by virtue of being confined to online platforms. You are all to be congratulated for your perseverance and determination that have brought you to this day. To the graduates from the Workland School of Education, you represent the future because you are teaching the next generation, continuing a dialogue from generation to generation, because that's what education is. And you will do this with new tools at your disposal, that were developed by necessity while you were pursuing your studies. The impact of a teacher is never to be underestimated. My parents were educators, and my brother is an engineering professor at UBC. Not once was I with my mother, my father, and my brother when they were greeted by a former student at a Starbucks, in a parking lot, in synagogue. So many times I heard firsthand the difference they made from their former students. In fact, someone remembered my mother to me when they crossed the stage here in 2019, and I was dumbfounded. But it made it all that more resonant that that dialogue from generation to generation was actually living out with me on stage. So that's all of you. You are going to make a difference on your students. They will remember your influence, your impact. It's a huge responsibility. And don't let anyone ever minimize the importance of education. It represents the future. Now, since 2015, Calgarians have adopted a new language. It's the language of office vacancies, downtown revitalization, Class A space, Class B space, Class D space, the importance of place, and how all this contributes to repositioning Calgary as a place where people want to work, live, and play. And all this puts the School of Architecture, Planning, and Landscape in the eye of the hurricane, providing important input into the city's efforts to revitalize downtown, to ensure that it is accessible, safe, and vibrant, to make sure the future includes a multidimensional population, from office workers to daycares to students living and studying downtown and families. The Calgary of tomorrow will be much different than what we see today. It will be textured, vibrant, and alive. The School of Landscape, Planning, and Architecture is already playing a role in revitalizing our downtown, making it safer and more welcoming. The 9-block project around City Hall is an exciting example of what's possible when we collaborate. It brings students, professors, and city administration together to find solutions that address homelessness, safety, and develop the downtown core. And finally, to our graduate students, I know how hard you've worked and the challenges you overcame, especially for those who were dependent on labs during COVID. Being able to interact with fellow students is critical during anyone's course of study, but it takes on more importance in graduate school, as your fellow students are your future colleagues. The bonds developed during grad school often lead to exciting collaborations in the future, no matter your field of study or where you end up placing yourself following graduation. I salute your discipline, focus, and adaptability, and all of you should be proud of everything you've accomplished. One reason I feel so privileged to have held the role as Chancellor is because I fundamentally believe in the power of education. I've seen it from the time I was a young child, being taken to the University of Alberta campus when my mom was pursuing her PhD. She would bribe me with cinnamon buns from the tuck shop, for anybody who remembers that and is from Edmonton. My parents were immigrants to Canada after World War II. They came with nothing. They didn't speak the language. But after completing their studies in a new language, they both pursued professions as educators, my dad at the Jewish Day School in Edmonton and my mom at the University of Alberta. Education, its value, and its transformative power has infused my life. It is the great equalizers, and I said it is the future. I've seen the change it can bring about to individuals and to the broader world. And as educators, my parents told me they would not leave my brother and I with a lot of money, but they would leave us with an education that no one could take away from us. The war had taken so much from them. How we used it was up to us, and you now have that gift. Whatever field you are graduating from, or whatever field you are about to enter, I hope you use its tremendous potential to set you on a path to better understand an issue or a problem. You have learned the importance of asking questions, the hows and the whys, which open the doors to finding solutions. Your education is a ticket to an exciting future because the tools and skills you've acquired throughout your studies can be applied in many different ways, and I wish you every success in seizing it. But remember, don't be constrained by the letters of your degree. Take chances. Remember, Wayne Gretzky said, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Use the knowledge you now have, transfer it, apply it, and couple it with the resilience you've shown gaining it during a pandemic to get to where you really want to go. And remember, you will make mistakes along the way. Who doesn't? But those mistakes They're your teachers. They're not your undertakers. And despite what you feel right now, there is no rush. My father would often tell me to slow down. Festina lente. Make haste slowly. The longer road to your destination can be short because you take the time to figure out what you really want to do, while a short road can turn out to be very long. To the graduates of the University of Calgary's class of 2022, enjoy the journey. Don't be afraid to take the long road, and congratulations. I now invite President and Vice Chancellor Ed McCauley to come forward and address Convocation.
Thank you, Chancellor Yedlin. Graduates, honored guests, staff and alumni, good morning and welcome to our campus for a very, very special occasion. I'd like to start by acknowledging something that 30 months ago I never thought I would, that we are here together. The first convocation since 2019 where graduates are joined by family and friends. And I know how much that means. And I know that COVID transformed your university experience. Whether academic, social, overnight, it all turned upside down. And I know it wasn't easy, not for you or your families. And I salute your resilience. I commend your adaptability. I admire your determination. I know you have gone through thick and thin to be here, and I hope it makes your achievement that we celebrate today that much more satisfying. In a few moments, you're going to cross this stage to be a graduate of the University of Calgary, moving from student to alumni with one piece of paper. It's a moment you will remember. The late nights and stress will all be forgotten because you have achieved your goal, a degree. And every member of the university community honors your achievement, celebrates it. We say this is a place to start something. And on an institutional level, we are. But it's on the individual level that starting something becomes much, much more profound. And each and every one of you are going to do that tomorrow. Perhaps you will start a new career or the next step on your academic journey. Maybe you'll start to explore or start your own enterprise. But whatever you decide to start, I have every confidence you will succeed because you already have. How each of you arrived here, I know is different. And as you cross this stage to receive your parchment, know that everyone here is acknowledging your journey, your resilience, and your accomplishment. You will join a family of 200,000 strong University of Calgary alumni. And like any family, each new member, each and every one of you makes it stronger. In a few minutes, I will share some of the stories in this room for the audience. But before I do, I would like to acknowledge Deborah Yedlin, Chancellor of the University of Calgary. This will be her last convocation as Chancellor, and I want to thank her for her contributions and for being a champion in our community. Thank you, Deborah. Given your passion for sports, although we have to work on some of the teams you're referencing, by the way, and maybe the location as well, but given your passion for sports, the students, faculty, and staff have raised their game to a new level during your time here. Earlier this year, we became the youngest university to enter the prestigious top 5 research universities in Canada. We continued to improve the student experience, beating the national average in 7 of 10 metrics. And although we are not the biggest university or the oldest, the University of Calgary creates more startup companies than any university in Canada, bar none. And you have been a part of this. You have helped it make it happen, and so I just want to say thank you. Everyone who crosses this stage has achieved a real accomplishment, and the entire university community celebrates each individual achievement. But a few warrant an even more special celebration. Could I please ask Kimberly Dillon to stand? Kimberly, are you here? Please stand and give us a wave at the back. Kimberly is about to receive a Bachelor of Education while being a mother of 4, and also an artist from the Onion Lake Cree Nation, particularly beading and teaching regalia making for her local community. Thank you. She is the recipient of 4 awards from the University of Calgary and arrived here through our Bridging to the Community program, doing a 1-year practicum at the Big Stone Creek Nation before studying here. Please join me in congratulating Kim and wishing her well. I'd also like to acknowledge Jason Vallot, who unfortunately is tuning in remotely, but he too is receiving a Bachelor of Education. And he too came to us as a mature student after touring the world as a professional musician. He founded the Cafe Radio in Carstairs and the Mountain View Music Fest. And his teaching combines commercial music with Indigenous music. And he won the Pure Award, the Program for Undergraduate Research Experience, for his project that explored how he, as a non-Indigenous teacher, could respectfully share and appreciate Indigenous music with his students. Join me in congratulating Jason. I'd next like to ask Vivian Tan to rise and give us a wave. Vivian? Vivian's about to be awarded a Master of Architecture. Last year, she received the School of Architecture, Planning and Landscape's Alpha Rho Chi Medal. She is also starting something, the Advocates for Equity in Design and Education Collective. It advances critical dialogue in design stemming from the Black Lives Matter events and the following discourse around colonial design curricula. Please join me in thanking and congratulating Vivian. Next, I'd like to ask Kamal Patel to stand. Kamal, could you stand and give us a wave? She's about to receive a Master of Landscape Architecture and Environmental Design. She was also the president of the School of Architecture, Planning and Landscape Student Association and the vice president of the Canadian Association of Students in Landscape Architecture, a group she helped found. And this group forges connections among different schools, programs, and students. Please join me in congratulating Kamal as well. What I love most about my job is coming to a great research university every day. I love great research universities because I love what they do. Since the first began many centuries ago, they improve the world around them. They make it fairer, healthier, more prosperous. They see challenges and use their knowledge, their research, their scholars, and their students to make it better. I know that is what these students will do as they start the next phase of their lives. I know it is what all of you will do. You are graduating into a world as uncertain as it has been in my lifetime, but you will help shape it. And I hope we have fulfilled our primary responsibility to equip you, our graduates, with the knowledge and the skills that help you navigate these challenging, turbulent times. And I have every confidence that you will, because you already have. And again, I want to salute your resilience. I know you may at times have doubted you'd be here today, but you are. And you will cross this stage to start something new. To each and every one of you, my most sincere best wishes and my deepest congratulations. Well done. I would now like to introduce our university orator, Aretha Van Herk, who will deliver the citation for our honorary degree recipient.
Chantal Hébert, please stand. Eminent Chancellor, Mr. President, members of the Senate and the Board of Governors, honored guests, fellow faculty, graduands. In the current cacophony of platforms and sound bites, a multitude of voices seek to capture our attention. Some are squeaky and some are strident, but few resonate with a calm and balanced timbre. Even fewer embark from a foundation that is informed and knowledgeable, keenly attuned to nuance and history, and with a breadth of experience. Impeccable research inspired by an avid awareness of both social and political context is rare indeed. Chantal Hébert is that rara avis, no mere pundit, but a nimble thinker who does not fire from the hip, but who enunciates with every word a considered gravitas. Her cogent eloquence, her expressive eyebrows, her capable repartee, and her critical analysis together comprise a woman who is far more than a journalist. A woman who unpacks tendentious discourse and who frames in expression and demeanor responsibility and integrity. And I say that despite us all knowing that she appears everywhere in blue jeans and a backpack. Chantal Hébert personifies the best of Canada's bilingual and bicultural heritage through her integral knowledge of both Anglais and Français, and through her dedicated scrutiny of Canada's changing character and infinite landscape. She has worked as a regional news reporter, parliamentary bureau chief for Le Devoir and La Presse, and continues to provide insightful opinion pieces in the Toronto Star and L'Actualité. A constant member of the At Issue panel on CBC television, she is a respected commentator on Radio-Canada as well. She approaches intricate concerns about climate change, partisan politics, Indigenous policy, and Canadian constitutional matters with clear-eyed discernment, and that is no small feat. At the same time, her wry humor glimmers through. The title of her first book, French Kiss, Stephen Harper's Blind Date with Quebec, suggests volumes. I can't imagine anyone's French kissing Stephen Harper, but okay. And her second book, co-written with Jean Lapierre, the morning after the 1995 Quebec referendum and the day that almost was, adroitly tackles the complexity of the Quebec referendum and its slipstream. Just a secret, she is deeply chagrined that she was born not in Quebec, but Ontario. She is the recipient of honors and awards too many to list, but all measure the trust, regard, and admiration that she has earned. At a time when we are increasingly suspicious of filtered news, when so much misinformation seeks to influence and incite, Chantal Hébert's direct gaze, straightforward interpretations, and willingness to speak truth to power and to challenge conventional wisdom is beyond refreshing. In this combative world, Chantal Hébert sets the bar for candor, discernment, and perspicuous communication. As one who asks the questions that we all seek answers to, she confronts our discomforts and our complacencies without either pugilism or servility. Eminent Chancellor, let us honor today a woman of insight and translation, independent and candid, plain-spoken and courageous, a woman who combines foresight with all that is forthright, one who evaluates beautifully Canada's past and present. On behalf of the Senate and the University, I invite you to invest Chantal Saint-Cyr-Hébert with the degree Doctor of Laws honoris causa.
I admit you, Chantal Saint-Cyr-Hébert, to the degree Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, and grant you all the rights and privileges, powers and responsibilities associated with this degree. Congratulations. Mic's not working. Okay, there it is. Chantal Saint-Cyr-Hébert, I now invite you to address Convocation.
Thank you. So about the genes, is the mic? Yes, about the genes, thank God I didn't bring anything else. I was scared Air Canada would leave it on the tarmac in any event. I usually also wear running shoes, but I figured, you can't push the line too much. I want to thank you for inviting me to a place where you still have both politics and hockey. We do miss both of those where I live in Quebec City, in Montreal and in the province of Quebec. We have now become the new Alberta. Very, very, very stable, and our hockey team has been playing golf for a long time now. It's nice of you to have traded places with us for a while. I think we're going to let you have it. Since I am at Stephen Harper's alma mater, I will say a word about French Kiss. And the fact that when I did write the book, I imagined Stephen Harper on some distant beach, actually not on the beach, but probably in his room, with some paper, as we used to do when I went to elementary school. You had to cover all your school books with paper to protect them. So with the title and the front completely covered with paper, so no one would see with French Kiss, Stephen Harper's Blind Date with Quebec, reading it. But the real anecdote is, at some point, Rona Ambrose was at a literary dinner, and we were at the same table, and she said, by the way, Stephen thanks you for the book that you sent him. I didn't. So I thought, okay, and he wonders if you would, write whatever. I don't do very good things when I sign books. I mostly write, have a good read. It's not, and the same in French. There is absolutely nothing is lost in translation. What I mostly learned from signing books is that the first thing you need to do is ask the person to spell their name, because you can ruin $20 worth of book by misspelling Philip, or Stella, or Chantal with no E, or with an E. So that's the main lesson. So I did whatever I did to the book. And about 2 weeks later, I got an official letter from the Prime Minister's office. As you may guess, we get more brown envelopes than official letters from the Prime Minister's office in my business. And it was a letter from Stephen Harper, so it's a kind of form letter, and it said, we thank you for the gift of your book, blah, 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 blah. And then written in pen, and I have kept that letter, it said in French, et je l'ai lu, and I read it. And I thought, this is a great letter, and I am going to treasure it for those 3 words in blue pen that obviously Mr. Harper signed himself. So I am honored to be here in his alma mater. I did not think, and he didn't think that this day would ever happen. I'm sure that we will both get over it. You may have guessed by now that I'm not going to be giving you a lot of deep, profound advice on life lessons, but I will leave you with a few thoughts. One of those is there are probably a number of you who have plans here, and that's great, and a fair number of you who don't. I was part of the second section. My only plan was to be a journalist. And I would invite those that have a plan to follow it until it's a good day to ditch it, and those who don't, not to worry too much about the plan thing. Now, I had this all set out. The journalist thing was something I always wanted to do, probably because my parents gave me too many Tintin books when I was a kid. And Tintin, for those years, was a great book because it didn't have gender-based role models. There weren't very many women, but there was no sense that anything that was happening in it was something that only guys could do and not women. And it also helped, very misleading, the Tintin books, because Tintin is a journalist. He travels the world, but he never, ever has to file, which makes it a great life. Can you imagine getting paid to watch history happen, which is literally what has happened to me over the past decades, and I got paid for it. The only difference is I did get to file, which is something I could have done without once in a while. But the other part of my plan was, one, I was going to be an editor because I was painfully shy. So shy that when people came in the newsroom, my first shift in journalism was 4 to noon, 4 in the morning. So everyone would come in around 9, and I felt embarrassed that I would have to say good morning to all those people. So I was going to remain an editor. Never go in front of a camera. Stay away from microphones. I had managed to go through university without ever saying a single word in a seminar. So all good to go until my supervisors refused to give me a job as assignment editor, and as is the practice in journalism, promptly shipped me out of the newsroom to Queen's Park to get rid of me, where I had to face both a microphone, a camera, and politicians. Oof. That was tough. The other thing that I had planned is I was never, ever going to write in English once I was done my grade 13 English exam, which they passed me for because they wanted me out of high school. And my other grades were okay, and they assumed I would go on to a terrible future for lack of writing very well in English. And here I am. I've been writing in English for 30 years. The first English language column I was offered, freelance, I had not written since that grade 13 exam a single line in English. I did all my university work in French at London College. But I had read a lot of books, and books to me are like alcohol to some people. I can't go by a library without buying a book, but I wasn't rich, so I started buying English books because they're cheaper. And I started reading in English. So when I was offered that first column, I remember the person who hired me for the Ottawa Citizen said, "Writing in English is not a problem, is it?" I said, "Oh no, not at all." And that's my other message to you is it's easy and certainly less stressful to stay in one's zone of comfort, and one can really get good at it. But life is immensely more interesting if you step out of it and end up doing things that you never imagined. The worst that will happen is it won't work out. I've tried stuff that didn't work out. That's okay, because you learn something from that. I am never going to be someone who hosts a show. I like giving the answers more than asking the questions. And plus, the way I ask the questions, people might run away from the studio, and I would be left with no guests. I guess that would allow me to fill the time with everything I would like to say. Peter Mansbridge has an opinion on that. But when you do step out of your zone of comfort, you do things that you don't know if you're going to manage to do. You usually learn a lot of stuff, but you also have a more interesting life. And you know, everybody here, I'm sure that's your case, you all want to do, with good reason, something that you like, and you should. But the best way to do something that you like is to like what you do. Thank you.
Thank you, Chantal, for your humor and your candor and for your words of advice. That is something that we all have to take to heart. None of us should stay in that small comfort zone because you never know what doors will open and take you down paths to exciting and maybe some frustrating things. But as I said in my opening remarks, our mistakes are not our undertakers, they are our teachers. And if we don't take risks, we don't actually find the opportunity to be who we really can be. And as this world changes, and as we become more interconnected, more than we are today, and the importance of collaboration rings true in so many ways, you're all going to be pushed to do things that you didn't expect you'd be doing. You already have had that experience because of how you've had to learn. And so I think the words of advice really build on the experience that the students have had, and we thank you for being here today, for giving us the ability to honor you with the Doctor of Laws honoris causa, and for speaking to the students with some very wise, insightful words and your sense of humor. And for anybody who doesn't tune in Thursday nights, the At Issue panel, don't miss it. It's at the bottom of the hour starting at 7:30 in Calgary.
Eminent Chancellor and Mr. President, on behalf of the faculties of the university, I present these graduands and those named in the Convocation program who are not in attendance at the ceremony today. I ask that they be pledged and admitted to the University of Calgary degrees that they have earned.
As a graduate of this university, you join a worldwide kinship of educated persons who have earned opportunities and responsibilities of leadership and service in their chosen communities. To recognize this affinity, we invite each graduate to stand and join with the thousands who have gone before in making the University of Calgary Graduates Pledge. Could you please stand? This pledge is not an oath, but it is a solemn expression of your intention to apply your learning and experience positively for the widest benefit. I invite now all past graduates of the University of Calgary in the audience and on stage. All past graduates, could you please stand to support the newest University of Calgary alumni by also standing and affirming a graduate's obligations and ideals. It is now my pleasure to introduce our distinguished graduate, Bonnie DuPont, to lead the Graduate Pledge. Bonnie's service to higher education is particularly significant. Her relationship with the University of Calgary spans more than 30 years, including 10 years on the university's Board of Governors, where she was the first female chair. She has also served on the boards of the Banff Centre and the Alberta University of the Arts. After being named one of Canada's top 100 most powerful women 4 years in a row, she was inducted into the top 100 Hall of Fame. Today, Bonnie focuses on causes that she is most passionate about, like the Top 70 over 70, which celebrates people who begin new pursuits after they turn 70. not to mention Calgary Opera, Institute of Corporate Directors, and the YWCA. The advancement of women for Bonnie also remains a keen interest. Please join me in welcoming Bonnie DuPont.
Thank you. Thank you, Ed. Graduands, I will now lead you in the graduate pledge that is found on the inside back cover of your program. I'll give you a minute just to look for it. Okay, inside back cover. Okay. Please follow along and also read aloud. When we finish, you will say along with me, "This is my pledge." So let's start. As a graduate of the University of Calgary, well done, and I will conduct myself and I will maintain I will strive I will be a loyal ambassador I will honor all in all of my dealings, I will endeavor to be known as a person of honor and repute, ever seeking to earn the peace of a good conscience. This is my pledge. Very well done.
By the authority of the statutes of Alberta and upon the recommendations of our faculties, I admit you to the University of Calgary degrees you have earned and grant you the rights and privileges, powers and responsibilities pertaining to those degrees. Congratulations, you've done it. You are all you Calgary graduates. And let's give ourselves a round of applause. Left is for you to cross the stage and potentially be embarrassed by all the people that are watching.
Good morning. My name is Mary O'Brien. I'm the Associate Dean, Policy and Program Development from the Faculty of Graduate Studies, and I'm honored to be standing in for the Dean and Vice Provost Graduate Studies, Dr. Robin Yates, who could not be here today due to illness. During their time at the University of Calgary, graduate students not only acquire knowledge through their own learning, but they also distribute knowledge through teaching, mobilize and translate knowledge through interactions with the community and industry, and most notably, create new knowledge through their original research. Now more than ever, we need new knowledge. We need innovators, entrepreneurs, and leaders in every discipline and in every profession. Graduates, you are poised to make a difference in these challenging times. Although all graduate students are registered with the Faculty of Graduate Studies, their academic homes are in their Faculty of Study. As such, it gives me great pleasure to join my colleagues from the Workland School of Education and the School of Architecture, Planning, and Landscape, and my colleague from the Faculty of Graduate Studies, Dr. Michelle Dreffs, to honor the recipients of graduate credentials here today. Since all students in the School of Architecture, Planning, and Landscape are graduate students, I now invite Dean John Brown to introduce his faculty.
Thank you very much. Graduates of the School of Architecture, Planning and Landscape, on behalf of the faculty and students, I congratulate you on your achievement. It's been hard for all students to go through the last few years of remote education, but I think for designers who work with their hands, who work with community, who collaborate intensely, it has been particularly difficult, and I congratulate you on making it through. You're entering the world at a critical time in its history. Climate change, systemic racism, pandemics are challenging the built environment and the way in which people live in them. And you are going to be playing a vital role in figuring out how do we move forward in a good way. At the same time, it's important to remember that you are making places for people that need to have a high quality of life for all people, and that we think of the poetry of place as well as its efficiency. So congratulations. Thank you very much.
Eminent Chancellor, by the authority of the Council of Graduate Studies, we have the honor to present the following graduates.
For the degree Doctor of Philosophy, Sabine bin Zahamat. Chenri Ijima Dara. Ali Syed. Yeah, that way. Rehane Bastini. Chalet Bolo. Brittany Michelle Paris. For the degree Doctor of Education, Adriana Andrews Brown. Maya Angelou Danielou. Milan Duan Nguyen. Richard Douglas Fossey. David Harvey.
You're gonna say finally.
Shahraz Khan. Sarah Navoso.
Watanen.
For the degree of Doctor of Education, Paula Joan Watanen. Erica Emery. For the degree Master of Architecture, Adam Ackenberg. Iniulua Adadeko. Melissa Amodio. Samuel John Burrill. Abir Taki Birani. Daniela Bororkas. Olivia Bray-Tenbach. Angelina Carrero. Maureen Karegi. Candice Che. Davin Acheng. Unjo Cho. Jennifer Inyuncho. Connor Shaw Cho. Caleb Dirksen. Evan James Dodds. Obinana Namde Akaze. Esther Ephraim Usande. Marshall Evans. Mackenzie Alexander Garvin. Maria Grigori Veria. Yuan Gua. Kristen Ignani. Rianne Valerie Jenkins. Thisura Kahela Pananella. Jenny Lee. Judy Yiwa Lee. Jordan Christopher Livermore. Natasha Simone Louis. Faith Victoria Lynch. Marinam Rakfik Malik. Michael Mackenzie McGinn. Carter McCarter McHugh. Sarah Elizabeth McMillan. Rika Evelyn McKirdo. Cindy Nash Aaron. Miriam Naverta Herrera. Alexander Campbell Newman. Janver Ying. Iwana Salvan Panalde. Sweta Shah. Danye Shahab. Erica Sue Wickney. Sasha Simchi. Vivian Ton. Anna Tran. Robin Wyndham Whitaker. Chan Gang Wang. Viting Wang. Brendan John Webb. Boxu Zing.
The end of your list.
For the degree Masters of Arts in Educational Research, Vide Barjeste. Prama Neoji. For the degree Master of Counseling, Anna Mary. Talitha Peacock. For the degree Master of Education in Educational Psychology, Katie Cluley. Megan Koch. Claire Joanne Crawford. Nicole Granger Wanup. Allison Elizabeth. Tara Nicole Lavender. Haley Hope McGinnis. Jessica Lee Mix. Carrie Northwest. Nancy Noseworthy. Jeffrey Dong Peak. Peak. Vanessa Christine Rankin. Fiona Marguerite Stedman. For the degree Master of Education in Educational Research, Travis John Bevan. Andrea Bodley. Andrew John Brash. Lisa Adelina Cahoon. Natalie Erdese. Gidru Gudras Dudante. Nancy Hott. Arshlene Carr-Joel. Elizabeth Joy Lim. Madison Hillary Nagel. Rema Christine Ness. Darlene Powell Stantos. Stephanie Noel Pratt. Chelsea Megan Retzlaff. Megan Elizabeth Hurley Roach. Maureen Scarf. Heather Grace Seymour. Uclefema Adeloa Somio. Angeli Flores Tan. Jessica Whalen. For the degree Master of Environmental Design, Gabriela Ferreira Moraes de Alice Oliveira Alves. Carly Doe. For the degree Master of Landscape Architecture, Jonathan Ham. Tripti Kaur. Komal Patel. For the degree of Master of Planning, Kevin Patrick Bailey. Nilidu Bala. Logan Bartholo. Christine Frances Berger. Haley Bloom. Sarah Catherine Bolos. Terrence Chang. Allison Davlar. Megan Elizabeth Horacek. Amelia Ann Iwanicki. Sorry. Kipradeep Kuar. Emily Kloppenberg. Adritha Lucy Reddy. Bernadette Grace Montero. Zil Patel. Goryu Prasad. Sarah Elizabeth Shaw. Rachel Jean Smigelski. Shripa Sandeep Vora. For the degree Master of Public Policy, Lynn Akkad. Jillian Koftanoff. For the degree Master of Science in Educational Psychology, Nikki Bergstrom. Christina Gale Waldman. For the degree Graduate Diploma in Educational Research, Claudia Patricia Barrera Pachon. Josette Melting Tello. Donna Soldier. Ruby Tailfeathers. Siham Balalea. Julie Mae Binning. Nangate Crowchild. Kristen Alford. Megan Frances Lynn Onespot. Tanisha Glynis Wesley. Eminent Chancellor, this is the graduating class of 2022 from the Faculty of Graduate Studies. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Diane Gerlich, and I am the Dean of Education at the Workland School of Education. Gosh, to say that we've had an incredibly hard last 2 years would be the understatement for educators. And I am truly humbled by all of my students at the Workland School of Education. Our students went into schools when they were flipping between online and face-to-face, when our teachers and our principals were sick. All of our graduating students who were teachers and principals trying to create the calm, the care, and the stability. Our school and our counseling psychologists were there to support our children in our schools and the communities when they were struggling with their wellness and their mental health. And I am truly humbled by what you have accomplished over the last couple of years. At the Workland School of Education, we have called on each of you in your daily actions and how you will create the conditions for all children in all of our communities to thrive and flourish. And over the course of your degree, you have risen to this challenge and shown your commitment to the discipline and the profession. I am truly so proud of what you have accomplished thus far, and I know that your family and friends are too. Inspire others to see their potential and their worth, and understand that collectively we can make the world a better place. Eminent Chancellor, by the authority of the Council of the Workland School of Education, we have the honor to present the following graduates.
For the degree Bachelor of Education, Mustafa Abed. Devin Joseph Abraham. Justin Trevor Acton. Jane Neka Agunu. Jaziba Kanwal Ahmad. Banafsha Ahmadi. Also receiving a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Drama with distinction, Precious Emanuela Apoguma. Fatima Habab Al-Najjar. Maruk Ali. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in History, Janine Faith Maganas Alvanidia. Amelia Anastas. Christy Vanjong O. Mona Ayed. Kendra Haley Airy. Stephanie Marie Baird. Nimbra Bakhtawar. Alexander Michael Basilis. Lorene Bates. Rainer Besal. Crystal Ann Bernier. Kristen Berthelsen. Tina Betts. Ashley Robin Bird. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science, Haley Blair Bishop. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Sociology with distinction, Shaylee Ida Marin Blanken. Grace Anne-Marie Bogowich. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in International Relations, Diana Bohutsa. Gracie Butalea. Natalia Anna Bozek. Jackie Helen Braun. Also receiving a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Drama with distinction, Lane Harrison Breaker. Maxine Taylor Brigley. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in English with distinction, Danielle Peggy Bristol. Megan Nicole Buick. Stephanie Rose Kenwell. Angela Christine Carbert. Jasmine Carcamo. Jillian Chada. Grace Olivia Chambers. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in French with distinction, Delbind Chantel Charkadeh. Natasha Kaylina Chikowski. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Sociology with distinction, Nadia Summer Chibley. Anita Anjum Chowdhury. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in French, Lindsay Nicole Chrétien. Christy Ann Krunick. Krista Marie Cook. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in English with distinction, Joyce Margaret Correa. Kyle James Corey. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in International Relations with distinction, Clarissa Cruz. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in History, Nicholas Miles Holmberg Curry. Teresa Denise Curry. Also receiving a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Drama with distinction, Matthew Gordon Curry. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in International Relations with distinction, Katerina Victoria Daño. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Sociology, Isabella Dawn Dalson. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in French, Boualjot Douez. Andrea Christine Davies. Sarah Diebler. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Sociology, Marian de los Reyes. Kimberly Dawn Dillon. Julia Alexis DeWitt, sorry. Also receiving a Bachelor of Science in General Mathematics with distinction, Darren Din. Also receiving a Bachelor of Science in General Mathematics with distinction, Nicole Dirksen. Caitlin Dokert. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Development Studies with distinction, Caitlin Amy Eisbrenner. Miriam Sylvie Ikoso Idobel. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in English with distinction, Serene El Shakifi. Adam El Ketchin. Raneem El Howry. Miranda Jadelyn Eno. Samia Fakey. Also receiving a Bachelor of Science in Natural Sciences with distinction, Kathia Farouk. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in French with distinction, Kate Christine Finley. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Spanish, Gabriel Enrique Flores. Amanda Fort. Tiana Rose Foster. Paul Sidney Fry. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in International Relations, Chase Brooklyn Friesen. Cassandra Marie Hope Gamache. Camille Georgia Gatto. Gabrielle Lane Godin. Daniil Gauthier. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in English with distinction, Courtney Margaret Ann Gibson. Also receiving a Bachelor of Kinesiology in Leadership in Pedagogy and Coaching, Nicholas Robert Granley. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Communication and Culture Multidisciplinary with distinction, Lindsay Ann Greco. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Development Studies with distinction, Marina Rami Fuad Greece. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in History with distinction, Alicia Grenier. Andrea Grist. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Communication and Culture Multidisciplinary, Kayla Goosebers. Stephanie Chantal Osé Lise en Généreux. Elisa Marie Hall. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Communication and Culture Multidisciplinary with distinction, Jenna Ann Halverson. Mackenzie Lee Hamilton. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Sociology, Jared Edward Hof. Stacy Lynn Haviland Jansen. Sierra Rose Havinga. Emily Rosanna Hawkins. Rachel Marie Head. Also receiving a Bachelor of Science in General Mathematics with distinction, Michael Joseph Henney. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in English with distinction, Rochelle Ho. Also receiving a Bachelor of Science in General Mathematics with distinction, Cameron Robert Hobbs. Also receiving Bachelor of Arts in Communication and Culture, Multidisciplinary with distinction, Charla Ray Dawn Hogan. Julia Lillian Rose Holden. Allison May Howes. Ruwina Hussain. Leon Long Hun. Tiffany Michelle Hun. Also receiving a Bachelor of Science in Natural Sciences with distinction, Ethan Lawrence Jiva. Nika Johansson. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in English with distinction, Challen Elizabeth Julian. Emma Joyce Kabecki. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science, Ayman Kadri. Manreet Kelly. Hyemin Kang. Also receiving a Bachelor of Science in Natural Sciences with distinction, Jessica Shiv Kung. Jasmine Kaur. Jamie Michelle Keller. Hanan Khalil. Iman Khalil. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Communication and Culture, Multidisciplinary with distinction, Justin Michael Kizjak. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Sociology, Brittany Cassandra Anika Kopchinovic. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in History with distinction, Nefeli Parasikevi Kotopoulos. Aspen Marie Kozak. Rebecca Dawn Croker. Also receiving a Bachelor of Science in General Mathematics with distinction, Varunavi Kumanan. Erin La. Krista Lafreniere. Also receiving a Bachelor of Science in General Mathematics with distinction, Jacqueline Lilia Lamoureux. Jessica Lynn Larson. Also receiving a Bachelor of Science in Natural Sciences, Carter Lay. Younghoon Lee. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in History, Melanie Shannon Lee Kim Nok. Michelle Leah Leslie. Hui Lee. Gian Gabriela Liendo Paez. Danica Leland. Justine Lord. Also receiving a Bachelor of Science in Natural Sciences with distinction, Sandra Jean Love. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in International Relations, Austin Christopher Lowry. Tessa Colleen McCallum. Maya Sharon McDonald. Carmen Mack. Anton Miguel Madrelios. Kirsten Ann Mayotte. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Sociology, Aliyah Rajab Malik. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in English with distinction, Sarah Maksoud. Also receiving a Bachelor of Science in Natural Sciences with distinction, Patricia Ann Cano Macklin. Madeline Ann Marcotte. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science, Nina Matic Rusovac. Madison Meredith Mellon. Gabriel Jose Merencilla. Christina Irene Merrick. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in French and in Italian Studies with distinction, Jessica Maxine Metamano. Carmen Miao Cheng. Paige Elizabeth Mikolenko. Jacqueline Louise Melky. Alyssa Mihai. Ryan Earl Mickelson. Also receiving Bachelor of Arts in Sociology, Shelby Lynn Millette. Brandon Edward Minia. Erin Elizabeth Mitchell. Sergio Montanez. Patricia Paredes Gallardo. Amanda Faye Morris. Mandy Moselle. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in English, Ireland Marie Murray. Jana Lynn Nakanenshini. Alexandria Nelson. Also receiving a Bachelor of Kinesiology in Leadership in Pedagogy and Coaching with distinction, Gloria Wei Man Ing. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Communication and Culture Multidisciplinary, Angela Tan Nyok Nguyen. Also receiving a Bachelor of Science in General Mathematics, Michael Nim. Also receiving a Bachelor of Science in General Mathematics, Vincenzo Franco Novello. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in French, Faith Hannah O'Connor. Dylan Douglas O'Flanagan. McKenna Sierra O'Shea. Maya Omirovich. Jillian Catherine Ann Oram. Jackson Ty Oucher. Jody Pakwa. Catherine Elizabeth Pankratz. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts Honors in History, First Class, Christina Ariana Palazzi. Justine Rose De La Rosa Papason. Rachel Marie Paquette. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Sociology with distinction, Carissa Louise Parsons. Also receiving a Bachelor of Science Honors in Natural Sciences with distinction, Claire Leong Payton. Allie Nicole Peterson. Larissa Dawn Pendlebury. Raylene Marie Peters. Justin Sarantos Noel Peterson. Morgan Platts. Lindsay Pollock. Kimberly Lynn Proust. Jessica May Maragsanan Keano, my apologies. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Sociology with distinction, Ishana Marshall Qureshi. Christopher Coltrane Rancier. David Arthur Ratcliffe. Karine Razouk. Amanda Lee Redding. Ashley Marie Reist. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in English, Bianca Louise Ridge. Megan Elizabeth Rogel. Finley Ray Rogers. Anika Sadat, also receiving Bachelor of Science in Natural Sciences with distinction. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in English with distinction, Sarah Saeed. Rodrigo Antonio Sala Toledo. Lisa Christine Salahub. Eleonora Samori. Graham Edward Scheibel. Also receiving a Bachelor of Kinesiology in Leadership in Pedagogy and Coaching with distinction, Levi David Scott. Tristan Gordon Siga. Also receiving Bachelor of Kinesiology in Leadership in Pedagogy and Coaching with distinction, Tara Jill Sellers. Annika Senebald.